Hi, welcome to Stadium Field. We're getting ready for the PHS hosting George Washington game here at Stadium Field, and Danielle Cooper alongside Matt Reimer, and we are interviewing Steve Edwards, the head coach for George Washington. So, Coach, how do you feel that you're prepared against the speed of Alan Wasonga tonight?
Well, I don't know how you prepare for that. He's going to get his, and we'll just do the best we can, try to slow him down. But he's a great running back, and he's playing for a really good team. So we'll have our hands full this evening.
Now, do you feel very confident since you have gone undefeated coming into this game?
Well, I mean, it's good for our morale and then our confidence. But you're only as good as your last game. So, and this is the next game right here. So, people have short memories of how well we started. So, but it'll be a tough game. It'll be a good game, and hopefully we'll be able to hold our own.
Now, do you feel like your defense is ready for the Parkersburg Big Reds tonight?
Well, again, like I said, only time's going to tell whether our defense is ready. I think they're up for. I think they're excited about the challenge. Whenever you put two good football teams on the field, and especially when you have a premier running back like that, kids will get challenged, and hopefully they'll be able to rise to the challenge.
Coach, how do you feel about the start of this first half of the season so far?
Well, I'm real happy with the way we started with the first half of the season. I mean, we're 5-0 right now, but it's a long season to go, and we've got a lot of work to do.
Did you have any special practices for tonight's game against the Big Reds?
No, we just kind of did what we usually do, and tried to prepare each week the same way, and try to put emphasis on one game over the other. But make no mistake about it, our kids realize it's a big ball game, and it's going to be a tough game.
Thank you very much. And we'll be right back. And we're back with Coach Don Reeves of the Parkersburg Big Reds at Stadium Field. Now, Coach, how is Alan Wasonga and Justin Johnson being limited to offense affecting your defense?
It's affecting us a little bit, but Alan and Justin feel that they would be more rested just playing offense. So we're going to see how that works for a game or two.
All right. George Washington is currently ranked #1 in the state. How do you plan on winning against them tonight?
Well, the main thing is we're just going to play Parkersburg football. We're going to play smart. We're going to be aggressive and try not to make many mistakes and stay in the game from the opening kickoff.
So far this season, 143 points were scored against PHS. What are you doing to improve your defense?
Really tonight it's going to be a little bit of a surprise, we hope. We're going to bring a little bit of pressure. We're going to bring it from different places, inside and outside linebackers, and we just can't sit and wait on them.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Coach.
Now, Coach, how do you plan on dealing with the size and the speed that George Washington has?
Well, they match up with us real well. They're not actually as big as they usually are. They're maybe a little bit quicker. So I think the matchup size-wise is pretty equal.
Okay, and they they beat out two-time state champion South Charleston. How does that make you feel going into this game?
Well, we know with our schedule in the MSAC that every week's a tough game. By them beating South Charleston, it shows that they're a quality football team.
All right, and we will be back after these commercials for a kick. Welcome back to Stadium Field. We are introducing the Parkersburg Big Red Band to the field right now. And we're back to Stadium Field as the Parkersburg Big Red Big Band takes the field. Ladies and gentlemen, the Parkersburg Big Red Indians.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the Parkersburg Big Red Band gets in position for a special performance by the Parkersburg Red Wings.
The 2010-2011 Parkersburg High School Red Wings are under the direction of Mrs. Kimberly Griffey. Tonight, the Red Wings will be performing to Hot, Hot, Hot.
By the Big Red Band and the Parkersburg Red Wings.
Tonight's color guard, provided by Parkersburg High School's Navy Junior ROTC. The right shoulder, Cadet Ensign Patrick Hammond. The American flag is Cadet Jessica Brinker. Navy flag, Cadet
Now welcoming to the field,
Ensign
Parkersburg
Melanie
Big Red's
Brinker.
color guard.
Left shoulder, Cadet Enoch Conley. Your flag raising ceremony is provided by Parkersburg's American Legion Post 15. Please stand for our national anthem as we honor America.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national
Remain standing for Parkersburg High School's alma mater.
Ladies and gentlemen, PHS alma mater. wonderful job done by Parkersburg Big Reds band.
Indeed.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the campus of Parkersburg High School and Big Red Football 2010. The Big Reds welcome their guests this evening from Charleston, West Virginia. The Patriots of
In
George
tonight's
Washington
matchup, we
High
have
School.
the Parkersburg Big Reds
Tonight's
against
game
George
is the
Washington
featured event
Patriots.
of the Mountain
The
State
George Washington
Athletic
Patriots have
Conference.
gone undefeated this season.
Two-time state champion South Charleston. They must have lots of confidence coming into this game.
Most definitely. This is Parkersburg Big Reds' second home game of the season. After this, they'll be looking to 4 home games in the second half of the season.
The Big Reds definitely need to win this game tonight in order to keep up the confidence against the Parkersburg South Patriots of next week's game.
And here comes the George Washington Patriots and the
here come
Parkersburg Big Reds.
Are you ready for some football? Bring on the Big Reds!
Big Reds players Alan Wasonga and Justin Johnson still nursing their injuries and playing it safe on the offensive team tonight in the Big Reds game. We'll see how that affects the defense throughout the game.
Both teams are evenly matched pretty well, I would say, with size and the speed that each team has. So it definitely should be an interesting game to see who comes out on top. We suck. Crap. What are you doing?
Parkersburg has won the toss. They've elected to receive. The Big Reds will receive, defending the north goal. George Washington kicking off, defending the south goal. Oreos, the Chad Collins, back deep for the Big Reds.
The area for all the football teams.
Kicking off the Patriots.
Refs being very
Number
hard
7,
with the
Ryan
penalties this
Switzer.
year.
Maybe even a little too hard.
I would agree.
Number 51, Adam Huffman on the kickoff.
Here's the kick.
It's high and deep.
Number 3, Jake Gold with the return.
Doesn't get much yardage.
Number 3,
To
Chad
be about the
Collins.
22nd yard
Returns
line.
the kickoff to the Big Reds. First and 10, Parkersburg. Ball spotted at their own 24.
Big Reds needing to be very careful starting so far into their own side of the field, especially with the start of this game.
Here's number 31 for the Big Reds, Chad Collins.
Number 31, Chad Collins, the ball carrier. Pearson on the initial hit for GW. Gain of about 6 on the play. Second and 4 for the Big Reds. Ball just inside their own 30.
Now here comes the lineup for the Big Reds. It is a pass to number 3, Coriosi.
Ash's pass complete to Osi.
Looks to be about a gain of,
Stone on initial hit for GW.
looks like it's going to be first and 10 for the Big Reds. At just about the 40-yard
Gain of
line.
9 on the play. First and 10 for the Big Reds at their own 39.
Here's the lineup and the snap. It's going to be
It's
a fake and
Pass
a long
to number
pass.
33.
And it's intercepted already by George Washington Patriots. He's brought down at about the 35-yard line.
Looks to be like number 3 with the interception.
Number 3 is
Workman.
Workman for the George Washington Patriots.
Not a good way for Parkersburg Big Reds to start off the game.
Sorry, you cut out again.
GW takes over first and 10.
It's going to be first and 10 for the George Washington Patriots.
The Patriots coming onto the field looking very enthusiastic tonight.
They were very riled up in pregame today. So here's the lineup. The snap. It's a handoff, and it's going to be shut down by the Big Reds very quickly.
Looks to be about at the 34-yard line.
Looks like no gain on the play. It's going to be second and 10, George
Collins,
Washington.
ball carrier.
With Alan Wasonga and Justin Johnson not on the defense,
Seems to already have been affected.
the rest of them are going to need to step up to fill in the gaps tonight, especially against the undefeated Patriots.
All right, the Patriots are coming out of the huddle, lining up, getting everything set.
Here's the lineup.
Ready? Here's the snap. It's a high snap. Number 4 searching. It's a pass. No good.
Britton's pass intended for
Look
Sloppy
at his
pass by
intent.
Nick Britton.
It's intended for Stone. There were too many Big Reds.
Big Reds putting on pressure tonight.
This was exactly what John Reeves was saying. They were going to apply a lot of more pressure. It already seems like they're doing it. All right, here's the lineup.
snap.
It's going to
It's
be a
handoff
handoff.
to number 28.
And a flag on the play.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the yards
Initial
again.
hit. Flag on the play.
My correction, number 20 with the handoff.
Looks to be holding on the offense.
Penalty is refused. Fourth down.
Penalty refused is going to be 4th and 10 for the Patriots.
Back deep in the Big
Looks
Reds
like they are going
Seth
to
Becker,
punt.
Chad Collins.
Chad Collins is on the tackle.
Switzer back to punt.
Here's the punt.
Returned by number 9.
Seth Frederick. And he's going to be
Seth
short,
Frederick.
just right at the 35-yard line.
Returns the punt to the Big Reds. Alois on the stop for UW. 1st and 10, Big Reds. Ball's in their own 35.
Here's the lineup.
Number 3, Corey Ossie on the move. And it's going to be passed to Corey, and it's going to be incomplete.
Just a little bit too high.
Pass. Number 3, Corey Ossie. Trapano on the coverage.
Here come the Big Reds out of the huddle. Here's the lineup. Here's the snap. He's going to run.
Not making it very far.
Alex Ash, the ball carrier.
Alex Ash on the carry.
Alex Ash having a great season so far. It'll be interesting to see how he matches up against the George Washington Patriots
In
tonight.
4, 3rd down and 6.
Definitely agree.
All Big Reds 39.
Big Reds looking for some plays from the sidelines.
Need to watch the clock.
All right, so here's the lineup. Here's the snap. Alex Ash looking to pass. He's on the move,
Looking
and
for
he's
an
going to
open
pass
look.
it
And it's caught
by
by
number
number 33.
33. And it's going to be Jeremy Bell.
Nice catch by the Parkersburg Big Reds.
Pass. Complete to number 33, Jeremy Bell.
Which is going to put the Big Reds on about the 41st yard line of the Patriots.
Gain of 22 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Big Reds.
1st and 10 with the Big Reds at the 40-yard line.
Here's the lineup.
Handoff
Pass off.
to number 5.
Number 5, Alan Wasonga, the ball carrier. Flag.
Number 5 being Alan Wasonga.
Flag on the play. Spotted at the 40. Looks like it's going to be
Home team.
sideline warning for the home team. So the refs are scooting back the Big Reds on the sidelines.
It's like we said earlier, the refs love handing out those flags this season.
So here's the lineup. They're going to have a gain of 3. Here comes the
It's a
handoff
handoff
to
to number-
Alan Wasonga, and he is looking and not going to
Wasonga,
get
the ball
a break.
carrier.
It's actually going to be
Flag
a
on the
loss of
play.
yards.
Alan Wasonga not being able to move on that play at all. Another flag on the play.
Spotted about the 46, or correction, the 34-yard line. holding
on the offense. 10 yards. Repeat second down.
It's going to repeat the second down. It's going to make it 2nd and 18 for the Big Reds.
Big Reds not being able to get very far tonight.
It's going to start it on the 47th yard line. So here's the lineup. It's going to the snap.
Pass.
Ash pass it to 31.
31 and complete.
To Chad Collins.
Alex Ash showing that his talent under pressure.
Play on the stop.
It's a gain of 4.
3rd and 14. Ball spotted to the GW 43.
Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap. Alex Ash looking to pass, getting some pressure from George Washington defenders, and he is going to be
taken
down.
At about the 42-yard line.
George Washington with the helmet off. Knocked by his own player. It's going to be 4th and 13 for the Big Reds.
4th and about 13.
Looks to be a punt from number
21.
Adam Lindemoon.
My correction, number 23.
William Girk. The ball is going to be started at a spotted, correction, at about the about the 10-yard line.
GW takes over 1st and 10. Ball spotted at their own 5.
Correction, 5-yard line. So here's the lineup. And the snap. It's going to be a handoff. And he is going to be it's going to be a 2-point conversion.
Ball to George Washington, 1-yard line.
Correction.
Just short of a 2-point conversion. The George Washington Patriots will take it at the 1-yard line.
That's going to be a touchback for the Patriots. Correction, touchdown Big Reds.
Alan Masonga with the touchdown.
Jeff Lance on to attempt the extra point.
Jeff Lance kicking the extra point tonight, his first kick of the night. And it's going to be good.
Kick is good.
Jeff Lance has converted 2 out of 3 field goal attempts and has hit 21 out of 24 extra points. He's ranked 3rd on the team for scoring. Was indeed a fumble recovery. It was hard to tell what exactly was going on.
Lance's kick is good. 5:52 in the first quarter. Parkersburg 7, GW 0.
There's going to be just under 6 minutes left in the first quarter, with Big Reds 7, Patriots nothing. We're getting ready for the kickoff. going to be Jeff Lance. Here's the kick. It's going to go deep down, and it's going to be caught. George Washington is moving right up the middle. It's going to be stopped just about at their own 30-yard line.
Nice return by George Washington.
Very nice indeed.
Returning the kickoff for George Washington. Center, Lindemood on the stop for the Big Reds. 1st and 10, GW. Ball spotted. Their own 29.
George Washington Patriots will start the ball at the 28-yard line.
1st and 10, George Washington. Here's the lineup.
And the snap.
It's going to
Pass.
be a pass. Correction, it's going to be a handoff.
Number 20, Mullet, the long carrier.
It's going to be a 6-yard gain. It's going to make it 2nd and 4th for the George Washington Patriots.
Game about 6. 2nd down.
It's going to be at the 35th yard line.
Off the GW 35.
Ball starting at George Washington's 35.
Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff. It looks like here comes that PHS defensive pressure. That's going to be a loss of yards.
Beautiful defense by PHS. Exactly what they'll need tonight to stop the undefeated
Which is
George
exactly
Washington.
what Coach Reeves was talking about during the interviews. The ball is going to be spotted at about the
Loss of 2.
33rd yard line. A loss of 2, 3rd and 6.
Ball to GW 28.
George Washington currently ranked number 1 after winning last week against South Charleston.
George Washington, having some helmet troubles, is now in the lineup, getting ready for the snap. It's going to be a pass completed to number 33.
Beautiful pass.
It's going to be Christian Clay.
Pass complete to number 33, Clay.
Christian Clay is one of
Collins on
the
the stop.
important receivers tonight for George Washington. He has 15 catches for 213 yards. He's had 3 scores. He's a tight end and one of the top receivers for George Washington.
All the Big Reds 47.
First and 10, Patriots.
George Washington starting on the 54-yard line.
That would
Pass
be
to
the
number
46-yard line, Matthew.
pass to number 80.
Jackson on the stop. First down, GW.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for George Washington on the Big Reds 32-yard line. Here comes the lineup. And the snap. Number 4, Nick Britton.
Pass
And it's going to fall incomplete and out of bounds.
pass intended to number 8.
Pass
Eric
intended
Alous.
for DiTrapano.
It's going to make it 2nd and 10. George Washington.
Second down.
Comes the lineup again. It's a snap. It's another pass.
Quick
It's
pass.
going to fall incomplete again, and that again was to Eric Alous.
Pass intended for Alois.
at least. Correction.
Patriots needing to slow their plays down to be able to get down the field.
It's very hard, though, considering how much pressure the Big Reds defense is applying to the Patriots.
That's true. The Patriots are under a lot of pressure to get that ball off, but they still need to keep it so it's not sloppy and they can get the pass completed. Flag on the offense.
It's going to be a holding call against the Patriots, which is going to put them back at 2nd and 20. Which is going to put them back on about the 43rd yard line.
This already being the 4th flag of this first quarter.
There's another flag on the play. Pass is going to fall incomplete.
Intercepted by number 9.
There's a flag on the play.
It'll be interesting to see if the interception counts.
Pass intended for play.
I think the ball had already hit the ground by the time it was in his hands.
It looked very close.
On the home team, 5 yards.
Another sideline interference on the Parkersburg Big Reds. Loss of 5 yards. The crowd is not happy about that call.
Well, the Big Reds definitely are extremely close, and they need to watch their position on the sidelines. Which is going to make it just going to put the George Washington Patriots on about the 36-yard line. There's the snap, and the pass.
Intercepted by number 9.
Again, I do believe this interception will stand.
Number 9, Seth Frederick.
Pass intended for Stone. Frederick on the coverage.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Big Reds, and it's going to be spotted at their own, looks to be about the 7-yard line.
Punt. Blown dead at the Big Reds 7-yard line. Big Reds take over 1st and 10.
Now we need to see some of Alex Ash's passing threat. He has 769 yards with 6 touchdowns. He's 58% pass completed. The Big Reds are going to be shut down, and there is a flag on the play.
Making this the 6th flag of the first quarter alone.
Looks like it's going to be on the defense. Face mask.
Replay first.
So it's going to make it 1st and 10, and it's going to be, it's going to place the ball on about the 14-yard line.
Correction, it'll be 1st and 15.
Actually, it's going to be 1st and 3. Handoff
Number 5,
to Alan Wasonga. It's going to make it 1st down for the Big Reds.
Browns are on the stop.
Alan Wasonga limited to the offense team only after getting an injury, trying to take it easy nursing his injuries back to health.
Alan Wasonga is 5th in the leading rusher of all time at PHS. He currently has 520 yards with 56 carries. He has a 9.3 average and 6 touchdowns. Here comes the lineup for the Big Reds. Snap. Looks like it's going to be handed off to Alan Wasonga.
Not getting very far.
Clay on initial hit. Awesome.
2nd and 13 for the Big Reds. Ball on about the 20-yard line.
2nd and 13. Ball just across the Parkersburg 20.
come the Big Reds for the lineup. Alex Ash, fake, looking to pass.
Pass to number 3.
Corey Osteen, he is clear and going to be down at about the 47-yard line.
Beautiful play by Parkersburg Big Reds. Exactly what they need to get down the field.
Gain of 32 on the play. Domino on the stop. First and 10, Big Reds. Ball to GW 48.
Alex Ash, the quarterback for the Big Reds, has completed 54 out of 93 passes this year. And he's only thrown 1 interception. Here's the snap. It's going to be handed off to Alan Wasonga.
Wasonga carries.
It's going to gain a couple
Gain
yards.
1.
It's going to be second and about 9 for the Big
Ball to
Reds.
GW 47.
With just 45 seconds left in this first quarter, Parkersburg Big Reds lead 7-0. Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap. A handoff to Alan Wasonga, who's down the field.
Showing his quick feet.
It's going to be brought down at about the 30-yard line. It's going to be first and 10 for the Big Reds.
Gain of 17 on the play. First and 10 for the Big Reds. Ball to GW 30.
About 5 seconds left in the first quarter. The Big Reds still leading 7-0 over the Patriots.
Parkersburg 7, George Washington 0.
Already both teams are showing off their defense and applying a lot of pressure to each of the quarterbacks for both teams.
Well, in the first quarter with 7 flags already in this game. The refs have not been taking the flags and the penalties easy this year.
Now, Kristen Clay for George Washington Patriots has 15 catches for 213 yards. He's a tight end and he's had 3 scores, and he's definitely one of the top receivers for George Washington, as we've already seen already.
Both teams coming back out onto the field.
Big Reds coming out of the huddle.
And we'll start the first play of the second quarter.
First and 10 Big Reds. Alan Wasonga on the move. It's going to be a fake. And
he's gonna
Alex
run.
Ash getting a lot of pressure. He's going to run out of bounds.
Number 4, Alex Ash, the ball carrier. Gain of about 2.
It's going to be second and 8 for the Big
Ball
Reds.
to GW 28.
Here comes the lineup for the Big Reds. It's going to be handed off to Alan Wasonga.
Wasonga, the ball carrier.
Making it to looks to be about 4 yards.
Play on the initial hit.
It's going to make it third and
Gain of
4.
4. Third and 4. Ball to GW 24-yard line.
There's the lineup. And the snap. Alex Ash
Hand off
handing
to
the ball
Allison.
off to Alan Wasonga, who's He's going to get the first down and be brought down at about the 16-yard line.
Forced out of bounds. Gain of 8. First and 10 to the Big Reds.
First and 10 for the Big Reds.
At the George Washington 15.
Here comes the lineup. And the snap is going to be handed off to Alan Wasonga again.
31, Chad
Doesn't
Collins,
look like
ball
there's
carrier.
Correction, number
Chad
31.
Collins.
On the stop.
Chad Collins has 487 yards on 51 attempts. He has a 9.5 average. He's had 7 touchdowns, which is the team high right now. And the Big Reds out of the huddle into the lineup. And there's a flag on the play already.
There's no flag. Timeout, Parkersburg.
No
Timeout,
flag.
Parkersburg.
Here tonight's Big Red Sports Quiz. Going to the defensive side of the ball.
It's going
Looking for the career
to be the first
interception leader
timeout
for the
for
Big Reds.
the Big Reds.
Here are your choices. 1978, Todd Kirkendall. 1999, Isaac Weaver. 2009, Stephen Roush. And 1998, Nick Swisher. One of those guys is the all-time leader in career interceptions for the Big Reds. Stephen Roush, Nick Swisher, Todd Kirkendall, or Isaac Weaver. Answer, halftime. Score of local interest, Williamstown 13, St. Mary's 0.
Williamstown leading St. Mary's 13-0.
Another score, South 7, Warren 7.
And the South Warren game is tied 7-7. Now Alex Ash is running,
Making it around.
almost getting a touchdown, being
Alex
forced
Ash,
out of
the ball
bounds.
carrier.
There's a flag on the play.
Block in the back, against the offense, 10 yards, spot of the fence.
Flag against the offense
Illegal
with a
blocking
loss
in
of
the back.
with a loss of 10 yards.
It's going to make it tough for the Big Reds. It's going to make it...
Especially after that nice run by Alex Ash.
Second down for the Big Reds.
It's going to make it
Ball
second
to
and
GW
17.
22.
There's the snap. It's going to be passed to Alan Wasonga, who's going through the side and going to be brought down
Ash's pass complete to
at about the
Wasonga.
20.
Brought down by number 8.
Luis on the stop. No gain on the play.
Erica Luce.
Erica Luce being one of the key players for George Washington tonight. He's a senior and he's caught 6 passes for 90 yards already just this season. Alex Ash looking to someone to pass the ball to, and he's going to run and brought down at about the 15-yard
Ash ball
line.
carrier. Brought down by Krauser.
It's going to be
Number 11, Jeff Lance.
4th and 10.
On to attempt the field goal.
Jeff Lance going to attempt the field goal for
Field goal
tonight.
comes from the 23.
It's going to make it 23 yards, which shouldn't be hard for Jeff Lance, seeing as how well he's done already this season.
Jeff Lance, very good kicker for Parkersburg Big Reds.
It looks like it's going to be good. No
The
good.
refs are calling it no good.
Going to be a little high.
Surprising for Jeff Lance.
It's very surprising. Jeff Lance is ranked 3rd on the team for scoring. George Washington is going to start at about their own 20-yard line.
Here's the lineup. And the snap.
It's going to be
Pass to number
Looks like
33.
Christian Clay.
Struggling to break through the Parkersburg Big Reds defense.
Pass completed to Clay. 1st and 10, GW.
It's going to make it 1st and 10 for
31.
George Washington. Here's the George Washington lineup. And the snap.
Another pass, long pass to number 7.
It's going to be overthrown. Pass is going to be ruled incomplete.
Intended to Ryan Switzer.
Ryan Switzer being a key player in this game.
1-1-6. The headlights are on.
He has 13
White
completed
Nissan.
passes for 300 yards.
West Virginia tags, your headlights are on.
He has about 3 touchdowns. Here comes the lineup. It's going to be brought down at about the 40.
Looks to be number 21, Hall, being the ball carrier.
Third down and 1. Call the GW 40.
Here comes the George Washington Patriots for the lineup. At their own 40, it's going to be 3rd and 1. Flag on the play already.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning on the visiting teams. That's going to be the first sideline warning for the George Washington Patriots. We've already seen the Big Reds get one. Here's the snap. It's going to be handed off.
Number
20.
Breaking through. Going.
He's gone. He is in the end zone. Number 20, Felix Millette.
First touchdown
Mullet.
for the George Washington Patriots. Beautiful run.
Correction, his last name is Mullet. It was a very nice run for the George Washington Patriots.
Here's the field goal. Kick.
Looks to be good. It's going to tie the game up. Patriots 7, Big Reds 7. Your time is 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the half. And we are back to Stadium Field. Your time is 7 minutes and 12 seconds. The game is all tied up 7-7.
Number 7, Ryan Switzer kicking off for GW.
Switzer kicking off.
And here's the kick.
It's going to be high and deep.
Caught by number 3.
Touchback. Coriosi on the return.
GW kickoff goes through the into the end zone.
We'll start on the 20-yard line for the Parkersburg Big Reds.
Take over first and 10 on the automatic touchback at their own 20.
Here come the Big Reds for the lineup.
Here's the
snap. It's going to be handed off to Alan Wasonga, number 5. Who it looks like it's going to be no gain on the play.
Alan Wasonga, definitely a key player in this game and in the Parkersburg Big Reds team altogether.
He's definitely having a hard time breaking through the George Washington's defense also tonight.
George Washington being ranked number 1. It's no surprise that Big Reds are having trouble getting through the defense and getting down the field.
Here's the
Quick
pass to
pass
Coriosi, who is going to be brought down for a lossage of yards.
No gain on the play.
So much pressure is put on. It seems like wherever the Parkersburg Big Reds go, there's always 4 or 5 other players that are waiting for them.
Which, you know, that's exactly what the George Washington coach said they were going to do. They were going to have an explosive defense that applied a lot of pressure, which is exactly what the Big Reds have been doing for their defensive line also.
It's very true.
Which is going to help both teams out and make it a very interesting game. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Big Reds. Here's the snap. It's going to be
Pass to number 9. Intercepted by number 8.
That's going to be a loose from George Washington.
The Big Reds looking very frustrated as they walk off the field.
Now that it's going to be Alex Ash's 2nd interception of the season, only his 2nd.
That has to upset Alex Ash after having such a good game.
There's 5 minutes, 43 seconds left in the half. George Washington ball on about the 45-yard line. And here's the pass.
It's number 20.
Flag on the play. Spotted at about the 44-yard line.
Number 20 just breaking through and knocking down the Parkersburg Big Reds defense.
Mullet has had a great game tonight.
Parkersburg Big Reds are going to need to find a way to try to hold him back or stop him so they can stay in this game. Not falling too far behind right now, but if this keeps up, they'll fall farther and farther.
Looks like there's not going to be a flag on the play. I must admit, I'm slightly confused on what all of that was about.
I am as well.
Well, it's going to make it 1st and 10 for the Patriots regardless, and here they come out of the huddle into the lineup. Here's the snap and the handoff. Oh, and there seems to be a little altercation between the Big Reds and the Patriots.
Scuttle to Luzio on initial hit. Loss of 2.
It's going to be a loss of 2. Second and 13, 12, correction.
Ball Big Reds 43.
Here comes the snap. Pressure from the Big Reds.
Big Reds defense. Flag on the play.
2 flags on this play.
Beautiful defense by the Big Reds. It's exactly what they need.
It's going to be face mask and holding against penalties against each team.
That defense is exactly
And
what
it looks like number 3, Corey Yossi? No, that's number 33 for the Big Reds. That's going to be Jeremy Bell complaining about an injured hand on the field.
Face mask on the defense. 15 spot on the foul. Second down.
That's going to be a personal foul and a face mask, both against the Parkersburg Big Reds, which is going to leave the Patriots with awesome field position. It's going to be a pass,
Completed.
beautiful pass, and he is running down the field. He's going to be
Number
forced
7.
out of bounds at about the 18-yard line.
To Switzer. Forced out of bounds by Collins.
Going to make it
First and 10,
first and 10.
Ball to Big Reds 18.
Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap. It's going to be handed
Hand off
off.
to number 20.
There's no gain on the play.
Seems like the Big Reds are stepping up that defense, putting a stop to George Washington's players.
Big Reds definitely need to step up with as good as field position as George Washington has right now.
Most definitely.
Here comes the snap,
Pass to number 8.
and it is a touchdown.
Complete. This will be George Washington's second touchdown this game.
Pass complete to number 8, Eloise. The GW touchdown.
Eloise being a key player in George Washington's offensive line. The extra point kick is good. Your time now is just slightly over 3.5 minutes. George Washington leading the Big Reds 14-7.
And welcome back to Stadium Field. George Washington leads 14-7 against Parkersburg Big Reds.
Here's the kickoff. And there goes number 31 for the Big Reds, Chad Collins.
There's a kickoff to the Big Reds. Flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play.
This will be the 9th flag just this first half.
It's going to be spotted at about the the 24-yard line.
Holding on the return.
Holding on the return.
10 yards, spot on the foul. First down.
Another penalty against the Big Reds. It's going to push them back to the 10-yard line, just outside the 10-yard line.
First and 10 for the Big Reds. Ball spotted at their own 12.
The Parkersburg Big Reds not having a very good night with their penalties.
Here comes the lineup. And the snap, it's going to be a fake and handed off to number 9, Seth Frederick.
Number 9, Frederick, the ball carrier.
He's going to gain about a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Big Red.
Here's the lineup.
And the snap is going to be handed off.
To Alex
Alan
Alan
Wasonga,
Wasonga,
and there's a
infraction.
flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
That being the 10th flag this game.
Illegal formation on the offense, 5 yards.
Illegal formation on the Big Reds. It's a new play. We haven't seen that one in a couple weeks.
I'll be honest, I've never heard that penalty be called before. An illegal formation.
I haven't heard it been called in high school football. I have seen it been called on some of the NFL games. It's going to make it 2nd and 15. And the ball is loose, and it looks to be recovered by the Big Reds.
Wasonga, the ball carrier, recovers his own fumble.
Alan Wasonga on the fumble and the recovery. It's going to make it 3rd and 16 for the Big Reds.
Lost a yard, 3rd down and 16.
Loss of a
Big
yard.
Red 6.
Here comes the Big Red lineup. And the snap, it's going to be handed off to Alan Wasonga, who is making his way down the field. It's not going to be enough.
Wasonga carries.
Stopped about at the 11-yard line.
Gain of 6.
Gain of 6 on the play.
4th and 10.
4th and 10 for the Big
Ball
Reds.
to Big Reds 12.
Timeout, George Washington.
Timeout, George Washington. There's about just slightly over a minute and a half left. Your Parkersburg Big Reds trailing the George Washington Patriots
Get your ticket stubs handy.
7-14.
You have the winning ticket.
And welcome back to Stadium Field. Here's the punt.
Punt by number 23. Returned by number 7, who drops it.
It's going to be spotted at about the 47-yard line.
Switzer covers the punt for GW. 1st and 10, George
Switzer
Washington.
having a very good game
Ball
tonight.
down 49.
Except for just now, where he dropped the return.
Very true. But minus that minor detail. So here come the Patriots out of the huddle.
Here comes George Washington.
Here comes the snap, and it's going to be passed and caught in the pass.
Number 7, who's just running his way through the PHS.
He's going to be brought down at about the 30-yard line.
Switch of the ball carrier. Brought down by Collins.
Brought down by Chad Collins.
And 21 on the play. 1st and 10, GW. Ball to Big Reds 30.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Here's the snap, and it's going to be passed.
To number 8.
Pass complete to Alois.
Looks like it'd be a gain of about 8 or 9 yards.
Posey on the
Loose with the pass.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
It's going to be 2nd and 3 with 50 seconds left in the half. Looking,
Pressure from the Big Reds defense.
he's just running
He's
all
looking
over
for
the field.
pass to number 9. Completed.
Beautiful.
For DiGiovanno.
DiGiovanno on
Out of bounds.
that catch. Would have been inbounds, would have been absolutely gorgeous.
$50-50 winner. Mark Wilt. $389.
It's going to make it 3rd and 3. Here comes the lineup.
The
Here's
snap.
the snap. It's going
Hand
to
off
be
to
handed
number
off to number
20.
20.
Mullet, the ball carrier.
Mullet, the ball carrier. He's going to make it 1st and 10. going to be a
Timeout, GW.
timeout on
George
GW.
Washington, their second.
This will be George Washington's second timeout.
Big Reds still have 2, George Washington 1.
With 26
Nationwide
26
Insurance
seconds
and
left
Nationwide Agent General
in
Insurance
the
is
second
proudly part of
quarter.
today's game. To get
George
personalized
Washington
customer
leads
service for all your
14-7.
insurance needs, Call or stop by and see General Insurance. Nationwide is on your side, sponsoring upcoming events. Monday, girls soccer at home, Charleston Catholic, 6 p.m. Tuesday, boys soccer at home, Nitro at 5:30. Varsity at 7:30. Thursday, girls soccer hosting Hurricane, JV at 5:30, varsity at 7:30. And next Friday night, Big Red football here at the stadium.
Mullet has been a
And
key
Big Red
player in
football
tonight's
Parkersburg
game.
South. Kickoff scheduled for 7:30.
He's a senior on George Washington. He's had 900 rushing yards, 105 yards in carries, 10 touchdowns. One was a 90-yard return. He's caught 5 passes for 51 yards.
Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap. It's going to
Pass.
be pass,
To number,
completed.
looks to be number 43.
43 is Christopher Stone.
Pass complete to Stone.
First time we've heard his name this game.
It's going to be first, second, and 1. George Washington looking to score for the 3rd time in the first half.
Big Reds needing to keep
And it looks like it's going to be good.
stop just short. Big Reds need to hold on for 12 more seconds.
George Washington. their
George
last
Washington
for the half.
using their last timeout of the half.
With only 12 seconds left, that's not losing much.
Also online at the Janesville Football Channel, 102theriver.com. True Big Red fans now have a chance to purchase the 2010 VHS Football Guidebook, facts, statistics, and records dating back to 1900. Along with the booklet, Here Come the Big Reds. Fans can get the book by coming to the lower level of the press box.
The Patriots coming back out onto the field.
Cost is $5 per book. Fans reminded, Big Red sponsors, signs on the fences around the stadium. These are
And here
all
comes the
people
Big
who
Reds.
sponsor the Big Reds.
Here come the
every
Patriots on
season.
the field.
Please support your Big Red sponsors.
Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap.
And it's going to be a touchdown, George Washington.
Number 20, Mullet.
With
Andrew
9
touchdown.
seconds left in the
Number
first
20
half.
on the touchdown for George Washington.
Is Felix Mullet. As we said, Mullet has had 10 touchdowns just this season. That'll be his 11th. And there's the extra point attempt. And it looks to be good. Your score is now George Washington Patriots 21, Big Red 7 with 9 seconds left in the game, in the half.
The Big Reds defense really needs to step up the second half, or this whole game will be a shutout for them. On the other hand, George Washington's showing why they're ranked number 1 this season.
George Washington definitely wanted to keep that winning streak alive, being undefeated walking into this game.
The way they're playing this game, they'll definitely keep it.
They're definitely proving why they've gone undefeated. Big Red's defenses have allowed more points to be
143 points just this season, totaling to 28 points per game.
And for George Washington, they haven't even had half of that against their defense.
And here's the kick.
Touchback.
Number 3.
Coriosi receiving the kick.
Kickoff goes in the end zone, the automatic touchback. Big Reds will take over.
The Big Reds will start on their 20-yard line.
20.
I'm surprised to see that the Big Reds didn't just take a knee.
I am as well. Here's the lineup.
On red. 5-yard, 3-point in the net.
Another flag.
I'm not understanding what that flag meant. It's gonna be
Reset the clock, 9.3.
it's gonna be against the Big Reds. It's gonna make it 1st and 15. I'm not sure what the penalty was in fact.
Clock being resetted back to 9.3 seconds. Not sure what that flag was for.
I'm extremely confused right now, to be completely honest.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on the field right now.
Not either.
Here's the lineup. Stopped again. Both teams are just going to walk the clock off.
I'm still wondering what that flag was.
And that will conclude the first half of this game. George Washington leading 21-7.
Have an alumni of the class of 41 with us in the stands tonight. This is Violent Wood.
Welcome back to Stadium Field. This is Danielle Cooper alongside Adam Schaefer, who is a junior broadcaster, and he is going to be your statistician for tonight. Adam?
Alrighty, we have George Washington with a total of 10 first downs, and they have 137 passing yards, and they have completed 3 out of 4 third down conversions. And Felix Smollett has a total of 82 yards rushing, with an average of 6.8 yards per carry. And then we have Nick Britton with a total of a negative 12 yards out of 1 attempt. Then we have Nick Britton with passing. He has completed 9 out of 13 attempts, sorry about that, who has a total of 137 yards. Eric Alous receiving 40 yards, which resulted in 1 touchdown. Ryan Switzer has resulted in 43 yards, Christian Clay 31 yards, and Felix Smollett 14 yards. Ryan Switzer with punting has an average of 33. Ryan Switzer has 26 yards returning on a kick. Now it's time for our PHS stats. PHS has 6 first downs, 69 passing yards, and has completed 2 out of 6 third down conversions. Alan Wasonga is rushing a total of 44 yards, averaging 3.7 per carry. Alex Ash has a total of 13 yards, resulting in 2.2 per carry. Chad Collins with 8 yards, with 4 average per carry, and Seth Frederick with 0 yards. Alex Ash has a total of 6 out of 9 attempts on passing, with a total of 69 yards. Corey Osi receiving has a total of 41 yards. Jeremy Bell a total of 23 yards. Chad Collins a total of 4 yards, and Alan Wasonga a total of 1 yard. And punt returns, Seth Frederick with a total of 4 yards. And kick returns, Chad Collins with 24 yards and Corey Ossie 17 yards. That's our halftime stats.
Lewis County 20, Buchanan Upshur 0. Kaiser 26,
Thank you, Adam.
Hampshire 0.
Now joining us again is
Buffalo
Matt
14,
Reimer.
Jefferson 0.
Hello,
North Marion
Daniel.
20,
Hello.
East Fairmont 6, Princeton 7, Grand Virginia
We have
0.
definitely had a very
Bentley
interesting
Woodrow
first
Wilson,
half.
32,
Very
St.
much so.
Albans 0.
Some of the key elements to the
Steubenville,
game
Ohio,
for
19.
PHS, I believe, would
0.
be for their defense to step up and fill in the
Mike
holes and
Pickett
be able to
Sports
stop
Quiz.
players like Felix Mullet
Career interception
for
leader
the
Patriots.
George Washington Patriots.
Choices
Definitely.
were
Their
1998,
defense
Nick
is
Swisher.
really making an impact
2009,
on
Stephen
their
Roush.
ability to go
1978,
and to stop
Todd
the
Kirkendall.
Patriots tonight.
1999,
They're not
Isaac Weaver.
playing as well defensively as they normally have been,
All-state receiver,
and you can
defensive
definitely
back.
tell how it's affecting them this game so far.
16 interceptions in his career. He's currently playing
On the
collegiate
other
ball
hand,
for Mount
George
Union.
Washington's defense and offense are
2009,
both
Stephen Roush,
doing very well tonight.
their all-time interception leader.
Mullet is doing very well getting through the PHS defense, moving that ball down the field, and just getting the points and scoring the touchdowns. The Patriots are playing a wonderful game tonight.
They definitely have, and it definitely shows why they have been undefeated this season so far and why they're definitely proving how they've beaten out teams like two-time state champion
South Charleston,
South Charleston. I mean, the PHS Big Rats had a
very tough time.
against, yes.
Another key element in this game tonight is, once again, like previous games that we've seen so far this season, the number of flags being called out by the refs. The refs are just not holding anything back when it comes to throwing out the flags and calling every little thing they see.
Big Reds are going to kick off. George Washington is going to receive. It's going to be Jeff Lands on the kickoff for the Big Reds.
Here's the kick.
It's going to be deep, and it looks like it's going to be an automatic touchback.
He had it and then it dropped.
We're going to start at George Washington's going to start at their own 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. Here we have a current update for the South Warren game. Warren is currently leading South 14-7, and it's currently halftime.
Prowls with the ball carrier. Stacked up the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 for George Washington.
You okay, Cal?
Here comes the lineup for George Washington.
Here's the
The
snap.
It's going to be
Pass to
pass.
number 8.
Number 8.
Another key
Luis.
player. And he's going.
He's going to be forced out of bounds at
Knocked
about the 40-yard line.
Knocked out by number 4,
Alex
Alex
Ash.
Ash,
Number 8,
the
Alois.
PHS quarterback.
Forced out of bounds. Gain of 42 on the play.
Nice play by
42
George.
yards.
1st and 10 GW.
Nice play by George Washington
Very
Patriots.
nice. Not a good way for PHS to start out the second half of this game if they want to keep in it.
This goes back to the defense we were just talking about a moment ago. And PHS needs to step it up, and they need to stop George Washington. Here's the lineup. And the snap. Handoff to number 20, Mullet.
He is down
He's
the field.
going. Once he gets going, he's just unstoppable. And it's a touchdown for
George
Mullet.
Washington.
Number 20, Mullet.
Once Mullet gets his momentum going, it's so hard to bring him down. As you've seen, he just runs right through the players. It doesn't matter.
He reminds me a lot of Alan Wasonga with his quick feet and being able to find the holes in the defensive line of whoever they're playing and get through and get the touchdown.
Very true. Very true.
So here's going to be the extra point attempt. Growley on the kick, I do believe.
And
The
it
kick
looks
is
to be
good.
good. George Washington Patriots leading 28-7. Coming out, starting the second half just the way they would like. There couldn't have been a better way to start. Coach Don Reeves is going with his team's, he's talking to his team on the field.
Posey and Collins back deep to the Big Reds.
Number 7, Ryan Switzer,
Kicking off.
is going to be the kicker for the George Washington Patriots on this
Switzer
kickoff.
Kicking off.
Here's the kick.
It's high and deep.
Turned by number 30.
It's like 31.
You're
Chad
right,
Collins.
31.
31, Chad Collins.
It's going to be stopped at about the 29-yard line for the Big Reds. It's going to be 1st and 10.
Hopefully the PHS offense will be able to make up for their lack of defense in this game.
1st and 10, Big Reds.
Big Reds really need to show off their passing abilities. Alex Ash especially having great pass yardage, completions, and everything. I mean, he really needs to be able to pass and get the ball down the field quickly. It's going to be a handoff to number 5, Alan Wasonga.
Wasonga, the ball carrier.
Going to be no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10, Big Reds.
Alan Wasonga not having as good of a night as he's used to. He's not being able to find the holes and get through like Mullet is for the Patriots. Alex Ash needs to expand and use some of his other players, and like you said, needs to rely more on his passing in tonight's game.
Here's the lineup for the Big Reds. Another handoff to Alan Wasonga, who's looking out to the side of the field and is going to gain some yards on this play. Going to be brought down just about at the 32-yard line.
Hall on initial hit. Gain of 5.
It's going to be 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. On the Big Reds 32.
Here's the lineup.
And here is the snap. Alex Ash looking to pass, finding a lot of pressure, and he's going to be brought down.
Ash, the ball carrier.
Doesn't look like there's going to be much gainage on the play, if any whatsoever.
The Patriots showing their defensive skills.
It's a nice swarm by the defensive line on the Alex Ash there.
The Patriots have, for most of this game, have been very good on defense. And that swarm you're just talking about, they can get it past the defensive line and have been able to get to the quarterback.
Here's the punt. It's not going to go
Punt
very
returned
far.
by number 8.
Mullet, as he's running down the field about the 45-yard line.
Correction. Eric, loose.
The Trapano returns the punt for GW. Ott on the stop for the Big Reds. 1st and 10 GW. Off their own 44.
George Washington will start on the 44-yard line.
Here's the lineup. The snap, it's a high snap, and the ball is loose, and he cannot get a hold of the ball. It is recovered by George Washington, barely.
Britton recovers the fumble.
It's gonna be 2nd and 30 for George Washington. That was a very bad snap.
Not
Loss of 19 on the
Not
play.
exactly what they were looking for. Loss of 19 yards on that high snap.
PHS really needs to turn over the ball right now and stay in this excellent field position.
And here's a pass.
Completed.
Beautiful pass completed by number 7.
Ryan Switzer.
Pass complete to Switzer.
It's going to be marked at about the 41-yard line.
George Washington Patriots doing an amazing passing job this game. Their offensive passing has just been awesome this whole game.
Big Reds 41.
That was a beautiful pass.
Very beautiful. Here's the lineup and the snap.
It's going to be a handoff.
It's a mullet. Just brought down about the 37-yard line.
It's going to make it about 2nd and 7.
Gain of 4. 2nd down.
Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap. It's going to be handed back off.
To Mullet.
Number 20, Mullet, who is
Makes it
making his
through
way
the
down
hole.
his field, and he's not being stopped no matter how many PHS defenders are on him. He's going to be brought down at about the 28-yard line.
It looks like it took 3 PHS defenders to stop.
That was
Alex
4.
Mullet.
That's one thing that we've seen George Washington do when they are on defense is be able to look and swarm at the PHS defenders or when they're on offense. And it really looks like PHS is learning something and picking it up to swarm on whoever has the ball.
They're going to need a swarm on Alex Mullet, who's just breaking through every defender that comes up in front of him. Fake. Quarterback carry. Fumble.
Britton, the ball carrier.
Recovered by George Washington. Nice fake by the Patriots.
Very nice pickup for the Big Reds, though, being able to pick up on it and being able to get him down. Here's the lineup and the snap. It's going to be
Another
faked
fake.
again. It's going to be passed
Oh,
and incomplete.
almost caught by number, looks to be 43.
3rd down and 8.
It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the George Washington Patriots. Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap.
It's going to be handed off and
Oh, PHS with the beautiful.
beautiful
by
defensive
PHS.
line right there.
That's exactly what the PHS needs to do and keep that up defensively to stay in this game. Beautiful by PHS.
Hello, PHS defense.
Welcome back.
Down for a loss of 4.
It's going to make it 4th and 12 for George Washington.
Ball to Big Reds 30.
Beautiful defense.
Here's the snap. It's going to be passed Oh, incomplete. Almost, I'm surprised there's not a flag for pass interference on that one.
With how many flags are being thrown, you'd think there'd be a flag every play.
It was just the way that the PHS defenders were all over that kid. To me, in my opinion, it looked like pass interference.
But that's the way they need to be right now to stay in this game. They have to be on top of every one of them.
Big Reds take over on downs, 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Big Reds take over 1st and 10 on the ball on the 30-yard line.
Here comes the lineup for the Big Reds.
There's
Here's
a snap.
the snap. And there's a flag
On the play. No surprise.
Dead ball, false start, offense.
False start on the offense. It's going to push the Big Reds back. It's going to make it 1st and 15 for the Big Reds. It's going to put them on their own 25-yard line.
Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap. It's going to be handed off to Alan Wasonga, number 5, who's making his way down the sideline and being stopped
Right down again.
at the 28-yard line. Not much yardage gained on the play.
It's like we've said since the second half started, Alex Ash needs to expand.
He needs
and
to pass. Pass, pass, pass. That's going to be the key thing right now.
I don't understand why he keeps handing off to
Gain of 3, 2nd and 12.
Alan Wasonga, even though Alan Wasonga is normally a great player getting through the holes. He's just not having his night. It's just not his day right now.
The George Washington defense line has just been
All over him.
Exactly.
And with Alex Ash and his passings, he
Here's
could
Alex
easily.
passing right now, almost intercepted.
Pass intended for Ozzie. Pass broken up by Crowder.
Here come the Big Reds out of the huddle into the lineup.
Big Reds
Parkersburg's
with a
first timeout.
This will be the first time out of the second half. With 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the third quarter, George Washington leads 28-7 over the Big Reds. Danielle, how do you think the Big Reds are going to do the second half, just seeing so far of this third quarter?
Right now, it's hard to say, honestly. The Big Reds definitely need to pick up their defense, and Alex Ash needs to find his key players and be able to pass to them. But, I mean, both teams are having a hard time with both defensive lines. George Washington's defensive line has just been
Outstanding.
unbelievable with how they've been able to just completely shut down Alan Wasonga and apply so much pressure to Alex Ash.
I have to agree with everything you just said.
Alan Wasonga not used to getting this few of yards in a game.
Looking very frustrated on the field.
Here's the snap, and Alex Ash looking to
pass.
pass. Alan
Pass to
Wasonga
Alan
down the
Wasonga.
field and almost intercepted again by George Washington.
Going back to Alex Ash keeps relying on Alan Wasonga, even for his passing.
Broken up by Pete Bono.
Chad
Alex-
Collins is out on the field.
There's Jeremy Bell and Kevin Myhart, and they're two of the top receivers for PHS alongside Alan Wasonga.
He
And
can throw to any of them.
especially,
He keeps focusing on
it's going to be
Alan
4th and
Wasonga.
12 for the Big Reds. And here comes the punt. Number 23,
Returned by number 7.
William Girk on the kick.
Go.
Returns the punt, brought down by Weber. First and 10, GW. Ball their own 46.
It's going to be first and 10 at their own 46 for George Washington Patriots. Here come the tunes for the lineup. Here's the snap. It's going to be handed off, and there's a flag on the play. Number 20, Mullet on the carry. Looks like it might be false start on the offense.
5 yards, repeat first down.
That's going to push them back. It's going to make it first and 15 for George Washington. Ball's going to be on their own 40. Here's the snap. Handed back off to number 20, Mullet. Trying to replay that other first down that they just had. Not as successful as the first time.
No, not at all.
The lineup. Here's
Snap.
the snap. It's going to be pass.
Just short of number 7.
Switzer was intended the receiver.
Third down 14. Off the GW 41.
Here's the lineup.
And number
On the ball carrier. Gain of 10.
gain of 10.
4th and 4.
It's going to be 4th and 4
Ball
for George
Big Reds
Washington.
49.
Here comes the lineup. Here's the punt. Number 7, Switzer. It's going to go deep into
George Washington surrounding the ball.
It's going to be spotted at about the 16-yard line.
Big Reds take over first and 10.
The Big Reds will take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here comes the lineup. And the snap, it's going to be handed off to Alan Wasonga,
No
who's
surprise
making
there.
his way up the field.
Finally making his way through the hole.
He's going to be stopped at about the 30-yard line. It's going to make it first and 10 for the Big Reds.
Stone and Krauser on the stop. Gain 13 on the play. First and 10 for the Big Reds. Ball their own 30.
Here comes the lineup again for the Big Reds.
Alan Wasonga finally showing what he does during other games.
What he does best is which is breaking through a defensive line and getting yards.
Hand it
Another
off again to
handoff.
Alan Wasonga.
He's making his
going
way
around.
to the sideline. He's going to get about
Dropped about
4 yards.
Stone on the ball carrier.
34-yard line.
Brought down by Stone.
It's going to make it about
Stone
second
with
and
the hit.
6.
Gain of 4. Second and 6. Ball to Big Reds 34.
Be interesting to see if the Big Reds will do another Hand off to Asanga. Seeing as how it's starting to work for them right now.
Big Reds are slowly making their way down the field.
They need to watch the play clock with 5 seconds left.
Cutting it very close. Alex
Alex
Ash
Ash
under
looking
pressure.
to pass.
Pass to
Pass
number
completed to
3.
Corey Osei, number 3, who's forced out of bounds at about the 50. It's going to make it 1st and 10 for the Big Reds.
That's what Alex Ash needs to keep doing, is need to keep passing, not just to Alan Musonga, but to all his other receivers. Like you said, he has 2 other top-rated receivers out there that he can pass to. In doing that, he can get down the field faster.
Looks to be about... Looks like the referees are calling that incomplete. And so it's going to make it 3rd and 6 for the Big Reds.
That's got to be hard on Alex Ashton, especially Corey Osei, saying he finally got
It's got to be hard for all of them right now. Here comes Alex Ash
looking
again,
for a
looking to
receiver.
pass.
to number, too far. Pass intended to number 12. John Thurmond.
Thurman. So here come both the teams back in the lineup. It's going to be 4th and 6 for the Big Reds. It looks like they're going to punt.
Here's the punt. Nice punt.
It's going to be high.
Recovered by number 7, Ryan Switzer. 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. George Washington still leading 28-7.
At their own 25.
PHS starting to make their way down the field, but then stopped again by the George Washington Patriots defense. And here's the lineup. George Washington, 1st and 10.
Number 9 on the carry.
Trapano brought down by
Trapano.
Frederick.
Dropped down at about the 48-yard line,
23 on the
correction.
play.
It's going to be 1st and 10.
GW.
George Washington.
Ball at their own 48.
George Washington lining back up. They have 20 seconds left to make another
There's a
touchdown.
snap.
It's going to be a fake pass, and he's going to actually
Pass
pass.
to number, nice tackle by PHS. Number 31, Chad Collins, beautiful tackle.
That just looks so
Brought down by
painful.
Collins. Game 7.
It's a beautiful tackle. Just,
2nd and 3.
ow.
Chad Collins,
That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
beautiful.
What a way to end the 3rd quarter.
Very brutal by Chad Collins.
Nice stunts by the cheerleaders. Big Reds slowly making their way back onto the field.
Fans are reminded Big Red football continues here at the stadium next Friday night as the Big Reds will host Parkersburg South. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30.
Both teams slowly making their way back into the line of scrimmage.
Here's the lineup for the first play of the 4th quarter.
It's going to be 2nd and 3. for George Washington. Pass, correction, handoff
Mullet carries.
to Mullet. He's going to make it 3rd and 1.
Off the Big Reds 42.
George Washington wasting no time.
Handoff to Mullet. He's going.
Making his way down the field. There's no one around him. He is
He's
in
got
the
it.
end zone. Touchdown, George Washington.
Number 20, Felix Mullet, 42 yards.
Mullet's
The GW
3rd touchdown of the night. Mullet just having a wonderful game tonight. He's not being able to be stopped by anyone.
Your current score is 34-7. Patriots on top of the Big Reds with 11 minutes and 19 seconds left. Here comes the extra point attempt.
And it's
And the
good.
kick is good. The Patriots haven't missed an extra point yet. The Big Reds definitely need to get the ball down the field and get in the end zone and get some more points on the board.
Especially since this being is the final quarter, the Big Reds need to not only offensively get down the field, but defensively stop the Patriots from getting down the field as much as they have been.
They definitely need to start shutting down Mullet because he has just been running this field up and down like crazy.
Big Reds setting up for a return.
Looks like it's going to be number 7, Ryan Switzer, for George Washington to do the kickoff this time.
Ryan Switzer also having a very good game.
Oh, man, he definitely has. Big Reds
Patriots,
definitely need to move the ball down the field on this return.
Patriots lining up for the kick.
Here comes the kick. And it's down.
Deep kick recovered by
Under
number
10.
3.
Coriosi, who is making his way down the field, and he's going to be stopped at about the 25-yard line.
Hosts will return the kickoff for the Big Reds. Big Reds will take over 1st and 10.
Ryan Switzer also having a very
Off the
good
Big
game
Reds
tonight.
28.
Coriosi has had some great pass completages, catching some catches, you know.
Most definitely. Coriosi has had, along with Alan Wasonga and Alex Ash, Coriosi is one of the people you think of when you think of Big Reds football team. He's had a great season so far, too.
He's been a great receiver.
Hard to
Here
show it
comes
in
the
this
snap.
game, though.
Alex Ash passing to number 31, who's being,
Chad Collins, who's getting through.
looks like he's going to get the first down for the Big Reds. He is stopped
Pass complete
at
to Collins.
almost about the 37-yard line.
Gain of 8.
Looks about right.
2nd and 2. Off the Big Reds 36.
It's going to make it 2nd and 2 for the Big Reds. Here comes the lineup for the Big Reds.
Snap
Alex Ash passing to
Chad Collins,
who gets the first down, but there's definitely a flag on the play.
brought down about the 42-yard line.
Collins
Looks
off
like it's
carrier.
going to be on the offense.
Flag on the play.
Not what Big Reds need right now.
That'll be the 14th flag this game.
Holding on the offense. That's going to be another 5-yard penalty. It's going to move the Big Reds back.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards.
Correction,
reset.
10-yard penalty. It's going to make it 3rd and 12, I do believe. Yes.
The fans are getting excited.
Fans on both sides are definitely getting into this game.
Here's the lineup.
It's going to be Alan Wasonga, the ball carrier.
Correction, Chad Collins.
Correction, my.
Chad Collins, the ball carrier. And 7. Third down 4. Call the Big Reds 34.
It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Big Reds.
Alex Ash finally trying to pass and hand off to other players besides Alan Wasonga.
Collins, ball carrier. Rosencrantz, an initial hit.
Here comes the lineup.
Here's the
It's gonna
punt.
be the punt. Going to be recovered.
Returned by number 7.
And he is down at about the 40. There is 2 flags on this play.
Switch returns the punt. Flag on the play. With 6 minutes left in the game, Warren 14, South 7.
Park in the back, on the return.
Illegal
10
block
yards
in the
stolen
back.
foul, First down.
Here's an update on the South Warren game. With 6 minutes left, Warren is still leading 14-7.
Collins, ball carrier.
It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Big Reds.
Second and 7. Ball to GW.
Here's the
33.
lineup.
And there goes number 7 breaking through the line.
Switzer carries.
Switzer.
Switzer having an awesome game.
Sander on the
Definitely.
initial
His
hit.
name has come up so many times during this game.
Gain of 5.
It's going to be
Third down and
3rd
2.
and 2nd for the George Washington Patriots.
Ball to GW 38.
Here's the lineup.
Out, GW.
George Washington timeout.
PHS. George Washington coming out of their timeout, followed by PHS.
Both teams slowly making their way back to the line of scrimmage. I think one of the most key elements of this game right now is just for PHS to pick up their defense, make sure that they get the ball, and be able to rush it down and get some more touchdowns and get some more points on the board.
With only 7 minutes and 25 seconds in the last quarter, though, that's going to be really hard for them to do and make a difference at the same time. Especially when George Washington's running plays like that.
Switch to the ball carrier.
This is very true.
Out of bounds by
It's
OC.
between Switcher and Mullet, George Washington Patriots are being very hard to stop running and passing.
It's going to make it 1st and 10 for George Washington. They're at about the 46-yard line, just almost to the 47.
Here's the lineup.
And here's the snap.
PHS right there with the defense.
That was a very nice play by the defensive line of PHS. That's what they need to. That's what the PHS Big Reds need to keep
Switch to
doing,
the ball carrier.
making sure that
3-1.
they shut down the
Second and 9.
rushing of the George Washington Patriots.
Flag on the play. Mullet very violent while running,
Flag on the play.
swinging his arms around.
He's trying to get those defensive blockers off his back. It's going to be a holding call on the offense. That's going to be another 10-yard penalty.
I'm surprised the refs haven't called a flag on Mullet for,
And sportsmanlike behavior.
yeah, with the swinging, how he's swinging his arms around and
On
he's
the
just hitting
offense,
it.
10 yards, fire the pass, 2nd down.
Here comes our lineup. George Washington is now 2nd and 19 after that holding penalty.
But the way they're playing that shouldn't be hard for them to make up.
Very true. Already another flag.
Dead ball, delay, offense,
Delay of game.
5 yards, repeat.
They need to remember about the time clock and they need to keep an eye on it.
That's very true. Both teams have especially just let the time clock run down. The play clock. Excuse me.
Dangerously close.
I'm surprised this has actually been the first time that we've actually seen a delay of game. So now it's 2nd and 24.
Snap.
The snap. Here's
Pass.
the pass.
It's number
Number 7 just slightly overthrown.
pass intended to number 7.
Switzer was intended to be the ball carrier for that one. With only 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter, your score is 35-7. Patriots on top. Here come the Patriots back on the lineup.
Big Reds need to keep their defense solid. Hand off to Mullet, brought down
Ball carrier.
about 31st yard line.
The score for the Warren and South game is now 14-13.
Holding on the offense. That penalty is refused. 4th down.
It's going to be 4th and 24. George Washington Patriots looking to punt. Here
Here's the
comes the
punt.
punt.
Deep.
Number 32. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Big Reds. Ball's going to be spotted down at around the
24-yard line.
I couldn't see it. Thank you.
First and 10, Big Reds.
It's actually on the
Ball ground
26.
26.
My correction. Thank you. Here's the lineup. Big Reds first and 10.
Here's the snap.
Hand
Handoff to
Alan
Alan
Masonga,
Masonga, who's making his way
going
through
around.
the defense. He's going to be brought down at about the 30.
Taken
Masonga carry.
4. Alan Masonga trying to
be-
show Mullet that he can also
4,
run down
second
the field.
6. Ball just across the Big Red 30.
It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Big Reds.
With just a little over 5 minutes remaining in the final quarter, the Patriots
come
lead
the Big
35 to
Reds.
7.
Here come the Big Reds back into the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. A handoff to Alan
Chad
Masonga.
Collins.
Masonga ball
My
carrier.
correction.
Gain of 10. First and 10 for the Big Reds. Ball thrown 41.
The ball's going to be right outside the 40-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Big Reds.
Here's the lineup. Snap. Alex Ash looking for a receiver. Pass
Corey
complete.
Osee right outside the 50.
Number 3, Corey
Just
Osee.
short of the first down.
Gain of 10. First and 10 for the Big Reds. Ball to
Oh, they
GW
are giving him the
49.
first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Big Reds. It's going to be spotted outside the 51. Or, correction, the 49. Here's the
Here's the-
snap. Alex Ash looking
Look-
for a receiver.
Pass to number 31, Chad Collins. It's brought down at about the 41st yard line.
Number 21, Adam Lindemoon. Gain of 8. Second and 2. Ball to GW 41.
It's going to make it 2nd and 2 for the Big Reds. The lineup. The snap.
Alex
Alex-
Ash looking for a receiver. Pressure.
Alex
Pass
Ash passing to 21.
Lindemoon, who
Who is still not down, and
Brought
he's
down
brought down
about the
finally by the
30-yard
30-yard line.
Number 21, Adam Lindemoon. Gain of 12. First and 10 for the Big Reds. Ball to GW 29.
here's the lineup.
I have to say, I'm slightly confused about what is going on.
The ref's holding it up.
And
The ref telling something to the PHS players. Alex Ash, pass
to number 33.
33. Still going, brought down about the 20-yard line.
33 is Jeremy Bell.
And pass complete, number 33, Jeremy Bell.
Jeremy Bell is someone that we haven't heard much in this game, but is also one of the
Not.
top receivers for PHS.
One of PHS's very key players.
He has 13 catches for 240 yards. He's a tight end, and he's had 3 scores so far this season.
Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap.
Alex Ash looking for a receiver. Pressure. Pass to, oh, dropped.
Pass intended for Lindemoon.
That's going to make it 4th and 1 for the Big Reds. Correction, it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Big Reds. PHS making their way back to the line of scrimmage. Play clock winding down.
It's a snap.
It's going
Handed
to
off
be
to Lindemood. He's running.
He's
Going
making
to
himself
finding the
way
hole.
into the end zone.
Touchdown. Beautiful touchdown by Lindemood, making his way through the...
Into the big red touchdown.
Touchdown Lindemood. Your score currently 35-13. Big Reds looking for this extra point.
Lindemood with an unexpected touchdown for the Big Reds.
It was very, very good teamwork with his blocking, his partners blocking the defenders, and him actually being able to spot the holes. And now we have Jeff Lance on the kick.
And it's good.
Kick is good,
No surprise there.
which makes it now George Washington Patriots 35, Big Reds 14.
Unexpected touchdown. We haven't heard his name much either in this game.
Definitely we have not.
Beautiful touchdown. This goes back to what we said about using other key players to get down the field like he needs to. He started using Chad Collins and Lindemood and Jeremy Bell. And
Definitely paid off to pay attention to who he has open other than just Wasonga, which Wasonga has done very well in this game, given the circumstances of the defensive line of George Washington.
Definitely. Lucky break by PHS.
Here will be Jeff Lance on the kickoff.
Onside kick. Almost recovered by PHS. Number 21, Lindemood, almost with recovery.
Going to be spotted just outside the 50-yard line.
Patriots take over 1st and 10.
With a minute and 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Patriots start right on the 50-yard line. And here's the lineup.
Here comes the lineup. Play clock winding down very quickly.
Snap.
Looks like they
On the snap.
fumble on the snap. Looks to be recovered by George Washington. And it is. It's going to be no yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 9. I guess I gave him a yard.
With a minute and 30 seconds left, Parkersburg Big Reds don't have a lot of time to make a difference in this game. But they definitely have enough time to get the ball and move it back down the field for possibly another touchdown.
Now here come both teams out of a huddle and back onto the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the George Washington Patriots.
Here's the lineup.
Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff.
Brought down about the 50,
Looks like
migration to
Colin.
the 46-yard line.
Jackson ball carrier.
Here's the lineup.
3rd down and 8. Ball to Big Reds 48.
3rd and 8 for George Washington Patriots. Number 17
Not making
on the
it
carry.
a very fall, if at any.
It's going to make it 4th and 7. The clock running down very quickly. Only 40 seconds left in this game.
Needing to watch the clock with
Watching the play clock, definitely.
10 seconds left on the play clock. Here's the lineup. 25 seconds left in the game.
Here's the snap. It's
Hand off to
going.
number 13.
Jackson carries.
Number
Big Red defenders all over it.
Jackson with the carry.
16 seconds left in
Big
play.
Reds take over on downs. Late score. Minute to go. Warren 14, South 13.
Warren is still on top of the Parkersburg South Patriots 14-13 with a minute remaining. Here's the lineup for the Big Reds. It's going to be handed off to number 21, Chad Collins, who's making his way down the field.
21.
Stopped about the 34-yard line.
There's still a chance that the Big Reds might make another touchdown in this.
With point
4.9 seconds left in play. You know, they've got some fast kids. I think they can do it.
they have just enough time for one more play. And if they
And they're not going to take it, and that's going to be the end of the game. Your final score, George Washington Patriots 35 on top of the Parkersburg Big Reds 14.
Friday night as the Big Reds host Parkersburg South.
And we will be right back for our post-game show. Welcome back to Stadium Field for our post-game show.
This has definitely been an interesting game. And
Most
somewhat
definitely.
somewhat sad for the Parkersburg Big Reds tonight. Well,
It's a sad loss, yes, but, you know, you win some and you lose some. George Washington came into this game having, you know, 5-0.
just watching them run out onto the field, you could see how optimistic and how ready for tonight they were.
They were pumped, you know. They haven't lost yet. They're still doing extremely well. They came in knowing that the Big Reds were coming into this with a win, too. And both teams played exceptionally well.
That they did.
George Washington definitely did their homework. They knew who the key players were for PHS were going to be. They also knew who to shut down and when to shut them down. And they did exactly that. And it definitely shows why George Washington is ranked number 1 right now in the state.
And still undefeated
And
as they
exactly.
leave here tonight.
Big Reds don't need to be, you know, with their heads down. They should hold their heads high. You know, they played an excellent football game.
They tried their best against a team that just this season was just a little bit better. Big Reds played hard. Alan Wasonga, Chad Collins, Linda Mood, and definitely at the end, Linda Mood with that final touchdown.
And Alex Ash, man, he made a lot of mistakes, but, you know, didn't have much wiggle room to work with, you know.
Especially with all the pressure coming from
George Washington's defensive line tonight was on fire. That's as simple as that.
Key things in tonight's game was definitely Big Red's defense. It was one of the major things.
Defense.
Their defense, it just wasn't together. It wasn't strong enough to stop the offense of George Washington Patriots, especially Mullet. Mullet just ran right through him every time.
Both teams, you know.
When I look back on the game, one of the main things I think of is Alex Ash and for the first good 3 quarters, only focusing on Alan Wasonga. And tonight was just not Alan's night.
Alan Wasonga is an exceptional football player. He is extremely fast and
Extremely talented.
knows how to, he has fancy footwork, and no matter what, he always knows how to break through the defensive line, get through all the tackles and everything, and get the touchdowns. But tonight, George Washington did their homework, like I said earlier, and knew how to shut him down and knew when to. It was just obvious how much George Washington knew. And,
Exactly
both
what they
teams
needed to come out and
have a
do.
lot of returning seniors, both have experience, and both teams just played an exceptional football game.
Very exceptional. Alex Ash still, like I was saying earlier, needed to focus more on other players besides Alan Wasonga.
That's very true, and that's something the Big Reds have to work on, because they definitely have relied a lot on Wasonga this past season and the season before.
And here are your final stats.
We are welcoming back Adam Schaefer for your stats.
This is the Parkersburg High School Big Red stats. We have Alan Wasonga with a total of 83 yards rushing. And we have Alex Ash, a total of 13 yards. Chad Collins, a total of 26 yards. And Adam Lindemood, a total of 47 yards rushing. We have Alex Ash, a total of 5 out of 10 completions and passing. And Corey Oshie has a total of 51 yards receiving, 23 yards for Jeremy Bell. Chad Collins has a total of 13 yards receiving, and Adam Lindemood has a total of 20 yards receiving. Seth Frederick still into the game with 4 yards on returns, and Chad Collins with 24 yards, and Corey Oshie 17 yards on kick returns. Those are the stats.
Thank you, Adam. Your final score for the last time, PHS 14, George Washington Patriots 35. On behalf of Matt Reimer and Adam Schaefer, I would like to thank CAS Cable and the Wood County Technical Center and Wood County Schools for giving us the opportunity to be able to film and to call and give us experience for these games.